Pause this video right now. Think about the hours of audiobooks, podcasts, or video essays you consumed yesterday. Try to pick just one foundational concept from all of that content and explain it out loud, deeply and clearly. If you actually try this, you will likely realize your mind is entirely blank. You might stammer out a half-remembered quote, fumble for your words, and fail to articulate the core idea. You are experiencing the illusion of competence. We routinely mistake the temporary feeling of being informed for the actual possession of knowledge. The packaging of opinions is a massive industry. When we watch a slick visual essay or listen to highly professional rhetoric, we are handed neat little conclusions. Because the presentation is so persuasive, we trick ourselves into believing we did the hard intellectual labor to arrive at those conclusions ourselves. Relying on others to do your thinking for you creates a mental dependency. You are effectively training your mind to wait for packaged conclusions rather than building the capacity to generate its own original ideas. You have become a human Spotify playlist. You simply hit play and spit out the nicely wrapped opinions of strangers, completely blind to the underlying mechanics of what you are actually saying. Binging media without intellectual friction creates a severe dependency. You are effectively outsourcing your critical thinking, surrendering your intellectual agency to people you have never even met. To fix this, we have to look at the physical difference in your brain between the fleeting sensation of hearing a fact and the permanent state of true understanding. True understanding requires building schemas in your long-term memory, but a strict gateway stands in the way. Information must pass through the narrow funnel of working memory, which holds only 2 to 4 active slots. Binge-watching completely overloads these slots, permanently discarding incoming data. The philosopher Mortimer Adler warned about this exact trap. He stated that a person who claims to know what they think, but cannot clearly express it, does not actually possess that thought. If you ignore this biological limit and treat your brain like a computer hard drive, you guarantee your own failure. You trap yourself in a passive loop, preventing any original thought from forming. To break the cycle, you must start treating your brain like a muscle. That requires intentional, uncomfortable friction, not passive storage. The first active exercise is simple recall. Instantly after finishing a chapter or a video, force yourself to look away for 30 seconds. Attempt to retrieve the key points entirely from your own mind, without glancing back at the source. Next, you apply the Feynman Technique, named after the physicist Richard Feynman. This acts as a harsh diagnostic tool to expose what you don't actually know. The rules are strict. Strip away all the complicated industry jargon. Try to explain the concept out loud, using only simple analogies, as if you were teaching a child. The exact second you start stumbling over your words is the precise location of a gap in your knowledge. That friction forces you to go back to the source material and actually learn it. Because neurons that fire together wire together, you have to revisit these complex concepts over the course of several days to physically build those neural pathways into permanent storage. You wouldn't expect to master a professional athletic skill in a single afternoon of practice. Binge learning intellectual concepts is just as impossible. True intellectual ownership is inherently uncomfortable. If you continue avoiding the friction of these exercises, your knowledge will always remain an illusion. This goes beyond the microscopic mechanics of memory. You have to stop skimming every trending topic on the internet and commit to the deep mastery of just a few subjects. The legendary investor Charlie Munger held a ruthless standard. He refused to hold an opinion on any topic unless he knew the opposing argument better than his opponent did. Meeting that standard is the true definition of intellectual autonomy. As Adler observed, to regard anyone except yourself as responsible for your judgment is to be a slave, not a free thinker. So here is the choice. You can passively allow algorithms to spoon-feed you your entire personality, or you can embrace the painful friction of actual learning and reclaim your mind. Drop a comment down below right now stating this single concept you commit to genuinely mastering today using the Feynman Technique. Intellectual competence is a state of freedom, a private architecture you must relentlessly build through the application of intentional friction.